Welcome back to the Relationship Whisperer Show with Miss Dragonfly, where we discuss all things relationships with the aim to make marriage
great again.
Welcome back, Bluey. I'm sure you are just so full and bursting, full of an anticipation.
Zest and what do you call it?
Excitement, yeah, on this particular on this subject, yeah. This subject matter.
It's so great. Just can't wait to be here.
Well, all right. To satiate your excitement, okay, calm your excitement down.
I'll try to.
All right. Today's topic is why the spark is overrated in dating. You know how you because fireworks fade and stability builds marriages. Okay.
Fireworks fade.
Now, what's the spark? The spark is you keep hearing people describing it. Oh, sparks flew.
Love at first sight.
It was love at first sight. I just felt the spark.
Cupid must have thrown his arrow.
There was chemistry. It was just so much chemistry. Yeah.
The excitement was in the air.
Or no, I didn't like him, or I didn't like her.
You sure it wasn't just electrostatic?
And your hair stand up, yeah?
You just haven't been rubbing a balloon on your jersey, have you?
But yeah, when you keep hearing it, or people dismiss, people, potential partners they meet, I say, I just didn't feel the spark.
Didn't get the chemistry.
Now, why is this topic so relevant?
Well, it seems to be very relevant when people are making decisions about
if they're going to pursue that person or continue and so forth. Because you know what, modern dating, it's obsessed with instant chemistry, isn't it?
Yeah.
There was no chemistry, or there was great chemistry. I met her, and it's just.
It's that instant gratification.
It's just to me, it's
like a drive-through.
Yeah, a drive-through.
For fast food.
Yeah,
you're sort of really hungry and you want the things, but 10 minutes.
It gives you an instant lift, but
10 minutes later you regret it.
And it's bad for you in the long term.
Yeah, it's so horrible.
But you know what? People keep going back.
Have you noticed?
Expecting the same thing for that instant buzz, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, then the chemistry wears out, and then meet someone else. Oh, there's a chemistry again. There's chemistry again.
Yeah.
That's what I say. So there's obsessed with chemistry. Look, besides looks, people normally judge. First impressions is like it's the looks, and then it's do you feel chemistry, or do I feel excitement like that? Nothing about thinking about those person's qualities or whatever. It's just the feeling. Do I get it? Do I not? And, people doing it that way, what they're doing then is they're rejecting stable, marriage-worthy partners because they don't feel that rush.
With the boring people.
Yeah, with the boring people, so-called boring people. And excitement is just like saying, oh, yeah, I'd rather have an ice cream. I said, no, that kale salad's boring. Why would I want that? It doesn't give you that rush. So just imagine, when you eat an ice cream, it's instant gratification, isn't it?
No, yum, 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 yum.
And you enjoy it at that time, and then when you finish it...
You're thirsty.
Yeah, you're thirsty, or then...
You forgot a sugar rush. You need to run around the block.
But then your waistline pays for it.
Well, you can... The old adage is, you can either eat that ice cream or slap it directly on your hips. Because that's where it's going anyways.
Yeah, it's going anyway. I mean... Yeah, and then apart from that, and then you don't like the kale salad. Eating, it's not enjoyable. It doesn't enjoyable, but afterwards you feel better, and then you can maintain long term. It's good for you in the long term.
There was a YouTube short,
and then after a while, you get used to the taste. I think, yeah.
Talking about salad, there was a YouTube short. It was so funny.
Yeah.
The guy's got a big yank tank sort of pickup. And he's sitting in his car in the car park, and a woman comes up, big fat woman, really big fat one. And she comes up and she goes, how am I supposed to get in my car? When you park so close, how am I supposed to get in my car? And the guy goes, have you tried salads? Was
that a real one, or was that AI generated?
No, it was a real one. Have you tried salads?
What was the reaction?
Yeah, she went off like a Karen.
Yeah, look, but was she large?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is, look, we've been through it before. I mean, women judge men by their height, and he's too short. I need one. Yeah, she might only be 5 feet tall, but she wants a guy at least 6 feet kind of thing. The taller, the better.
Yeah.
But, it's hypocrisy there because then she'll have issue if a guy kind of like judges her by her weight. But you're perfectly happy to judge a guy by his height, which he cannot do anything about. But you get offended if you're judged by your weight, which you can do something about. I know there's all these people, larger people out there that keep spewing out, nothing I can do, and would have lost. I can't lose weight. There's nothing I can do to lose weight. Well, have you ever seen an overweight person in a concentration camp? Well, they must have had. Well, where's the genetics that made them so fat?
Yeah.
It
doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It's input. All input and how much you use it. If you don't use it at years old, hey, guess what happens? It gets stored as fat. Simple equation. And there might be some people. There might be some. Actually, to be fair, there are some people with a medical issue, but from bloating because there's some medication or whatever, and then it's or lymph issues.
Lymph issues.
And then it's just saying, but that's not fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an
it's
issue.
A build-up of lymph, block lymph or whatever.
Build-up of fluid. People like swollen or air, and that is legitimate. But how many people have that condition? Maybe less than 1% of overweight people.
Not too many.
Because of that. But they use that every time.
Most people say, I can't lose weight. But then when you see what they've got in the shopping trolley, it's Coca-Cola. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't mention the brand name. It's soda. Soft drinks,
junk food.
Yeah.
Yeah, lollies, chocolates, and whatever. What else do people eat? Chips? Bags of chips?
Bags of chips. Guilty. Your Honour, guilty.
I think in the US, that SNAP program, where it's called a Supplementary Nutritional Assistance Program.
Ooh.
Well, the low-income earners, they get a card to buy free food.
All right. And food stamps, isn't it?
Yeah, food stamps, the traditional food stamp, which is basically
but you're only getting
a soup kitchen.
Yeah.
This is a virtual. Yeah,
you get bread, you get milk, you get that stuff.
This is the modern version of a soup kitchen. People used to line up with their bowls.
Please, sir, can I have another bowl?
Yeah, bowl of soup, and you can. But
gruel, they used to call it.
Yeah, unlike them back in those days, that was only one food, and it's normally something just to sustain you. Yeah, but now I guess they can pick whatever they want to buy, though. And before they were allowed to buy junk food. Though I think with RFK Jr. coming in and make America healthy again, he's removing...
Well, glyphosate or whatever it is.
Moving things out of that program that you can buy. And by all right, it means, why would... Look, the taxpayer paying for your junk food that would make you sick and later have to pay the hospital bill as well.
Yeah.
If you choose to eat junk food, then why should the taxpayer shouldn't be paying it?
Well, how would you police it?
Yeah. Well, no. When you scan on certain junk food, it won't pay. It will deny the payment.
Oh, right, for the food stamps.
For the food stamps,
yeah. And alcohol, cigarettes and stuff.
Like alcohol, cigarettes, you always could not buy that.
Yeah.
And by all rightly.
Sure. Yeah.
So, and I think this is a step in the right direction. It's like a nanny state, but unfortunately, people can't help themselves. True? They can't control themselves.
Oh, dear.
There's lots of people with no self-control.
Oh.
I don't think I was I was sitting with in a cafe with someone, and she going, I've lost some weight, but I can't lose any more. In the meantime, she had ordered an iced chocolate. A large iced chocolate, and I looked at her thinking, no wonder you can't lose anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's what goes in.
Yeah, it's what goes in.
Yeah.
But and people, you need to make healthy choices.
Make healthy great again.
Choices, healthy great again. But it's just like I guess with partners, it's the same thing. People want instant gratification without thinking of the long term. And that's why, like I say, marriage-worthy people. That's why the nice guy, like they say, keeps getting rejected in favour of the bad boy by the women. True?
Yeah.
Because I guess, it's boring. He's boring. You want something more exciting. And then women, I guess they mistakenly choose the bad boy because they think that's a strong protector.
Is that what it is?
He's strong. Doesn't give a shit. He doesn't take bullshit from me. Therefore, you wouldn't take bullshit from other people. Whereas that's not necessarily the case. It's more that's because he doesn't take bullshit from you as well because you're rather selfish.
Yeah.
So to speak, and you're signing yourself. Yeah, that's what. It's just like it's.
And there's always a bigger and badder bad boy, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's always a bigger and badder one.
Yeah, that's why unconsciously women prefer the larger men, because that's a physical, unconsciously, she thinks that would be a better protector because physically bigger.
Well, and also, I think for offspring as well, if you're having children.
You want them to be big and have
the best genetics, yeah.
Yeah, because you want to give them the best chance in life you can to have an edge in life, and that's understandable. On the flip side, with the men, they overlook the marriage material women because they seem it's plain and boring. Again, they're not exciting. Or especially men that have made money, or are in, like I was saying, a
good business or
good
something.
business, or in an executive or so forth.
They don't care less.
Yeah, they think, I'm at this position. I need someone that reflects me, that will look good with me when I go to meetings and social events.
Yeah,
someone I can be proud of.
Yeah.
So basically, then you
trophy wife,
and basically for looks, nothing else.
Yeah. Big long nails that are longer than their fingers.
Yeah, but what for? If that's the case, you can just hire someone every now and then, even an actress.
Well, that's what a lot of them do.
A model, and that's all you need then, because you will not expect them. You're not sharing it. What type of life will you have sharing a life with them? Come on, that's what you. And people don't forget when you meet someone, or you're assessing them whether or not you should go ahead, continue the relationship, or even propose. Always bear in mind, what are they going to be like when you live with them? What is life going to be like? If you marry someone choose someone for looks, like I say, you can't expect them to do anything else. Are you going to just spend the whole day just looking at them? Enjoyable, looking at them, and that's all their purpose is.
But it soon rubs off, doesn't it? Soon wears off.
Yeah. And then men, they think, they need classy woman. A classy woman, men who are at a high level. I need a classy woman, someone that won't embarrass me in a social function or whatever, can speak subjects. But then what happens when you get home? Yeah, nothing. She wants to share a life, has no input, and you might think that you do very well. You don't need that. Need her to work or to help you.
Yeah.
But but wouldn't you be, even stronger position, even further ahead if you had someone capable that could help you?
No doubt about it.
Because, like I say, no matter how good you are, you can only physically be one place at a time.
Oh, well, apparently not anymore. With AI, you can be in multiple places.
Clone yourself.
Yeah, well, you can,
But, and also, you have one set of skills as well. And you can only concentrate on one thing at a time.
Well, I certainly can. Well, women can seem to do it a bit more better.
A bit more better, multitasking. Although I've had lots of comments from men and say, I can do multitasking, your generalisation.
Not really. They can walk and chew gum at the same time, but that's about it.
There you hear it, guys, from another bloke himself.
Yeah,
saying
you can one thing at one time, and that's enough. Chop wood, carry water. You can't be thinking about carrying water while you're chopping wood, because you'll end up getting hurt.
Because I think, a lot of men also think, the type of woman I need, of course, they're touted. What's a great catch for a woman? Strong, independent woman. Strong and independent woman. She's able to make her own money and she's smart and doesn't take no for an answer. She knows what she's working and so forth.
I can just see.
But just imagine living with
fraught
that.
with disaster.
Yeah, imagine living with that though. She doesn't need anyone. She's not going to need you.
True.
There's some men are going to say, "Oh, I don't want someone that's clingy."
And if a woman doesn't need you, you don't last very long.
You don't last very long. She's not going to work with you.
Yeah.
This is the big thing.
She's not going to be pulling you up.
Yeah, she's not going to help you. Not even help you.
Because she loves you. Yeah, she's going to pull you up. I'm going to make sure that this man's looked looked after, and I'm going to take care of him or whatever.
Yeah, that's not pulling up. It's not pulling up. It's supporting.
Well, that's supporting. Yeah.
It's supporting. So,
Sure.
Because men, when you come home at the end of the day, you know, you want to, and you should be able to share your worries of the day with the person that's sharing your life. That you're sharing your life with. And you've got this issue, this person, what do you think? And so forth. You know, I've got to deal with this situation, blah, 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 blah. And then she hears that and she just walks away. It's not your problem. You know? I'm strong, independent. Why do I have to look after you? You've got you've got 2 legs, 2 arms.
Talking about coming home, the other day there was this funny joke. Aussie bloke, and he was on stage and he says, "Now, why don't you picture this? Daddy's home, or the husband's home.
Yeah.
The man has just arrived home, and everybody's like, oh yeah, happy other things. Now, think about this. You ready?" He goes, "Close your eyes and just imagine this. Your wife has just returned home. How do you all feel?"
And what was the reaction?
Everybody was like, everybody was like, you see, every man in this whole building is in tension right now.
Yeah.
What's she going to be like? What kind of bitch mood is she in? Type of thing. And he says, just look at the crowd. He says, everybody's panicking at this moment, thinking that the wife is coming home. Oh no! She's here.
You know what?
She's here.
That's funny.
That's the end of
that's
that's
funny.
the end of my day off.
You know, it's funny, but it's also true, and it's sad.
Yeah.
That it is true.
It is true. And
Yeah,
it is
you
sad.
know?
It is sad. Because what a horrible position where you have an apprehension about going home.
Yeah.
Because the person there is unharmonious. Like it's
it's
an angst. There's an angst about
Yeah,
it.
the person that's coming home, you kind of like
Oh,
groan.
not
You
this
groan
again.
inwardly, you groan.
Not this again.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. You know, and that is a horrible position in life, isn't it? Look, life is too short. We've got to be happy.
Yeah.
We've got to maintain our happiness no matter what's going on. It's so important. Our happiness is so important. And so when we're in that position, we need to really have a good look at things about life, or figure it out where you're going wrong and try to rectify it somehow. You see it as a problem, and then you got to figure out a solution to the problem. It's usually involving money matters.
Yeah.
It's usually involving money matters, because that's what
That is
creates
basically
the anger or the angst.
that is because that's about resources and survival.
Yeah.
In the modern version, back
Yeah.
then in caveman times, was there's no game around. We're starving. Yeah, you know what? You miss it. You missed your shot again.
Yeah.
And you better come home empty-handed. What are we going to eat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the modern equivalent.
That's right. And this is the
Here's
modern
money.
equivalent. Yeah. It's right.
Yeah.
You came home, you didn't bring a chicken home. You didn't bring a, what
Where's
do you
that
call
buck?
it?
The deer?
Yeah, where's the Tyrannosaurus Rex or whatever?
It's
Where's the
Aussie.
pterodactyl? Where is it? So...
More like where's the bison
I
and
got
where's
a
the
Terry. I got a Terry. I don't know about a pterodactyl.
Look, the thing is, many people confuse anxiety, intensity, or unpredictability with attraction.
They do.
Yeah, like I said, I
Well,
love it how
most
she keeps
people-
me guessing.
Yeah,
and
most
other
people
thing.
crave
it.
the anxiety, don't they?
Or the
Like
intensity.
it's too quiet for them otherwise.
Yeah.
Otherwise, whoa,
Too
no,
boring.
there's no drama going on. Oh shit.
And look, the spark really, now this is the problem. The spark has become one of the biggest filters keeping people single. You know, I didn't feel spark with her. You know, she was there. She was nice, but it wasn't. she didn't stand out for me. It was nothing exciting. Or now he was a nice guy, but maybe he gets too nice. It's just too
when you
easy,
go on a date, should you take a taser? And then you can add your own spark.
Look, a spark can start a fire, but it can also burn the house down.
Oh, and it can also burn
the house down.
A taser can also burn too.
All right. So what's spark? What do people mean by spark?
Well, when you turn the taser up to full blast.
That'll create some sparks, but that'll be the end of it as well. Look, people say, "Oh, I got butterflies in my stomach." I was just so nervous.
Yeah.
You created butterflies, or there was just so much sexual chemistry. Or excitement as well. Oh, he was exciting. It was really exciting. Or she was exciting.
Yeah.
She was funny, exciting. She at least seemed to be exciting.
But the question is, that when we enter into these relationships, most of us feel some sort of feeling like that. Where does it go? What ends up happening to that? Why does it diminish? Why does 1 minute that couples who marry, obviously they had some level of love and appreciation and happiness together and some of that, but then they end up hating each other and despising each other. What happened? How did it get to that position?
Well,
how did it degrade?
On the spark.
How did it degrade so far?
Because fundamentally they're not compatible. It's fundamentally.
Yeah.
And it's artificial. As I say, there's an instant. There's a feeling of I just know. I met him or I met her. I just knew.
Yeah. But I mean, we can hear that with a favorite song. We get the favorite song and we really like it. What is it that makes us like that song? What emotion, what connection do we get from it? And the other question is if we hear that song like 10 times in a row, we certainly anticipate the notes, and therefore it becomes boring.
Yeah.
When we start anticipating what's about to happen.
Oh, person becomes so predictable. He's so predictable kind of thing. She's so predictable.
Yeah, but a favourite song can end up being really boring and one that we want to turn off if we've heard it too many
times before.
Yeah, and we start to predict what's about to happen.
Yeah. So we'll go to some music, but
that was unpredictable.
I'll leave this for our listeners to think about. Is the spark attraction or is it just stimulation? Okay.
Spark attraction or stimulation?
All right, we'll go to... And now, why the spark is often misleading.
Misleading?
Misleading as it's not real.
Miss who?
Really? All right. Look, the spark, it can be triggered by, novelty or just someone new or someone different, looks different from unusual, have some unusual feature. Like it just draws you, and then you're kind of like want to speak to that person, spend some time with the person because that particular feature draws you in. Either might have really nice eyes, or especially long hair, or something like that, or the man is unusually tall, and then you want to and then I guess you want to get to know that person or speak to that person, and then you might mix up the novelty with the spark. You get that confused. Think there's a spark when in fact it's actually just novelty.
Yeah.
And, it can also come from unresolved attachment wounds as well.
Oh, there's many things.
Spark as well, and also,
emotional
chaos.
Distraught.
And so it can reflect actually emotional chaos and not compatibility.
Loneliness.
Yeah, and also, it rewards drama over depth. Okay? I mean, like, just because it feels intense doesn't mean it's healthy.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, just because it feels intense.
Most movies are intense, but most movies are about some form of crisis.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what makes
drama.
it interesting rather than boring.
I mean, if it wasn't no crisis behind it, probably nobody would want to watch.
Well, you want to watch a movie, everyone's happy and go about their day, and they're doing well, and the kids are doing great with their study, and the wife's happy, and the home is always
everything's
clean.
going
and
well,
everything,
and
you know, like what is it? Like one of those old movies, Leave It to Beaver, or
everything's...
or those TV shows. Yeah, Leave It to Beaver, or there's another movie called Pleasantville. Everything was just pleasant.
Yeah.
You remember Pleasant?
Yeah. Everything is orderly and
orderly. Yeah, there's no drama. That's no, people switch off. That's it. But there's another thing.
Well, it's unrealistic. You just need to drive around the roads here in Sydney. You'll soon find out it's not Pleasantville at all.
Not Pleasantville at all. And look, you know, I do astrology.
Yeah.
As
Do
well
you
as
ever?
particularly, relationship. And I do a lot of relationship compatibility analysis between the two charts and analyze. And I can say that, look, how we can tell by the chart, like say if you're attracted to that person, whether or not it's a good attraction or not so good attraction.
The chart reveals the heart.
It reveals the heart. Look, the thing is, whenever there's an attraction, there's a combination.
Okay.
The combination makes the attraction, gives you that feeling.
So that's where the spark's coming from.
Yeah, well, the attraction. I'm saying this is what in the astrology terms can explain it.
Oh, right.
Okay, that there are combinations. However, there are good combinations and bad combinations.
You look really nice. I'm just not sure if I've got the spark or it's just that we've got things in common. With our astrology. It might be the spark, however.
Yeah? Can you imagine saying that?
Not really.
Not really.
It wouldn't get you very far.
But anyway, yeah, so for there to be attraction, there needs to be a combination. And the more combinations there are, the greater the attraction between the charts, because you're more linked.
Yeah.
However, what did I say? It could be a good one or a bad attraction. Is that depends on the combinations. So we see in the Taoist astrology, the combinations create elements. So if you need that particular element because you're lacking, or you reaffirm what your chart naturally wants to be or naturally wants, then that's a great combination. It's a great match then, because that person then, and because by being with that person or even marrying that person, because that's the ultimate effect, they do have an effect on you. Okay, and so they will reaffirm, and because of that, you get lifted up if that was the issue. Yeah, like you're missing that element, or you're not quite there. You're trying to form your own combination in your own chart, but you're not quite there. So if the partner then provides the missing piece, you're combining, but then you get that combination, you get that element that you really want, and then your chart. It's like something that's, you've got a hole and it's finally being plugged and finally being fulfilled. And so that's a great attraction then.
I see.
It's a great match. However,
and there's more.
There's more. If the combination produces an element that you don't need, bad for you, or changes your nature, the attraction's still there, but it's not good. Or it's changing you to something that you don't want. That's not natural to you.
Oh dear.
You're trying to be something that's not natural. That's not natural. It's kind of like someone say, "Oh God, look, I've got this. Look, this Armani outfit. Yeah, you can have it, and it's a great amount. Armani's expensive. Okay, it's someone.
But you can't go and work in a factory with it on.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, but it doesn't suit you. You see, it's great. Like you like it because it's Armani.
You still look like a pig in it.
Yeah, and it doesn't look quite right on you.
Yeah.
If the style doesn't suit you, then that's not good.
Happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, it happens. But then that's not good. Even though you might like it just doesn't. Yeah, look, how many times have we been shopping? You think, oh, that looks nice on the rack, on the shelf, on the rack, and it looks so nice, until you try it on.
Oh dear.
And then it doesn't suit you. And then what do? It looks really nice though, but just doesn't look right on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not suited to for
It's
you.
not suited for you.
Yeah, so if it's suited for, someone bigger or someone smaller, that sort of thing. And this is a sort of thing, like I was saying, we want to work to what actually suits you. And what suits you may not necessarily suit someone else. What suits someone else, people laud it, it's so good. Okay, this person, the best woman in the world or the best man in the world presented, but it's not necessarily for you. Because, have you ever heard of that? Someone's being presented as the best woman or the best man in the world?
Well, I don't know quite. I think there was one bloke who he wears the tights on his outside. He wears his pants on the outside of his tights.
You mean
he's got a cape?
You mean he wears his undies
with a big S,
his
with an
undies
S
on the
the front
outside?
of his shirt.
His undies on the outside.
Superman.
If we can all have a Superman. But then again, women swim, oh, it's Superman with all that strength or whatever, but what's it going to be like to actually live with him? Well, the first thing is
if you need to change a tyre, he could just pick the front end of the car up.
But the other thing is he's never going to be home. I've taken the world somewhere. Sure, he's not going to be home.
Where were you today? Oh, I was at the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
Just an hour ago.
You're never home. But that's the sort of thing.
Well, he wouldn't be cute and cuddly, would he, if he's made of steel?
Man of steel.
I mean, imagine lying next to that and then a cold winter's night and then in bed. And if he's made of steel, he'd be freezing cold.
I think he's got superpowers where he can thermal heat himself or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, you've got to watch that, though. When they self-heat with that metal,
yeah,
it can get hot.
But this is the thing where astrology can actually determine whether or not that's really a real attraction or whether or not it's really surface. Even though you might say, oh, I feel so attracted to her. I feel like it's
meant to be.
This spark, and it's meant to be. And then I look at that and say, no, you shouldn't at all. It's bad for you. It's just like your favorite flavor, ice cream flavor.
But so why is that the initial attraction then? Why?
It's biologically, biologists would say it's like a trick of nature to try to get people attracted to each other, have that spark so they reproduce, come together and reproduce. That's a trick of falling in love as well. Nature's way. But to sustain it, you need far more than that, going beyond just the hormones.
Yeah.
And then because what happens when that effect wears off? You split up and go your own separate ways. Okay? But if you want something to last, then you have to go beyond that spark, beyond that nature's temporary trick. So to speak. Because you've got to be supportive. And how would you stay together for a long time? Because you want to. You want to because you get along so well. Because just imagine, I mean, like I say, basically everyone has a best friend. Okay? And why did that? And people's best friends are, for 10, 20, 30 years. But do you get bored of each other? They don't.
You don't, do you?
You don't.
And you know what else you don't get bored of?
Yeah.
You do every day, like 3, 4, 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Is eating. Have you noticed we never get bored of it?
Amazing.
Unless we eat the same thing all the time.
And then it gets...
Yeah, that can be monotonous. But eating itself with all different varieties of foods, we never get bored of it.
We never get bored of it, but remember, people will counter that, saying, oh, I just like being with one partner all the time. You keep eating the same thing.
Yeah, if you ate spaghetti bolognese every single day of the year, every breakfast, lunch and dinner.
And they say, I'm with the same...
After 2 weeks, you'd be over it.
Yeah, and they say, yeah, I'm over it. I'm with the same woman for how many years, and now I'm over it.
Yeah,
it's boring.
It's like eating spaghetti every day.
It's like boring.
Yeah.
Okay, but if that's the case, then you weren't really the right match to begin with. Even though they say, oh, it's great in the beginning because it was that artificial spark, artificial attraction.
Well, men are adventurers. They look at this world and see things like for their entertainment.
They can conquer.
Whereas women are the earth. women are the nurturers, the hands in the soil sort of thing, and they're the grounded sort of out of. And so men adventure, and they want to go and adventure with new things and new
places to conquer
and new women to conquer, type of thing. I mean, they call it notches on the guitar or something like that. But women are a bit different, aren't they? I mean, they're trying to look to build a nest.
Because they're left holding the baby, figuratively and literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've got to be concerned of.
They've got to have their.
While they're nurturing a child that can't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. They need to be taken care of.
So yes, you can have equality, but you're never going to be the same. That's why a woman has that disadvantage. If she wants to have a family, she's not going to progress at the same pace as a man does.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless she hands the baby over for someone else to raise.
Yeah, 100%.
But then you miss out on the childhood.
You do.
You know, that early
and he
period
ends
and
up
the bonding.
Bringing resentments.
Yeah, that bonding period.
Yeah.
So I know it seems unfair, like a catch-22, but in a way, well, what's more important for women? Really think about it. And in the end, most women choose the family. They have other priorities. That's why there's so few women on boards of directors at high executive levels.
Yeah,
whereas a lot of more women in the lower levels, the graduate levels, and that.
Yeah, because they may have to be here, and they won't be there tomorrow.
Yeah, and to get to those high executive positions, it's a lot of late nights, a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah,
it's the company first.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to stay back, and on your days off, whatever, you might have to. There's an urgent meeting. Because you've just got a client needs something done urgently, and you don't want to lose the business, or the company doesn't want to lose the business, then you got to go in, just like that.
Yeah.
A day off. Never mind, it's your child's birthday, or whatever, your child's sick. Leave your child and then go. Because even if you don't look, most people would be sympathetic because a child's sick and she has to stay home with mother, but not a corporate.
Couldn't care less.
They cannot care less. They would mouth all the words, all the right thing, or the right PR and PC words, but they don't give us stuff.
No, it's just empty.
It's empty. It's a bad look for her. She can't. Oh, where is she? Where is she? Why is she attending a meeting? Oh, she's sick. And for them,
next,
it's
we're
just
looking for someone else already.
Yeah, it sounds lame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. That it is how it is. That's why a woman cannot, especially when she's raising children, she needs a man to be bringing the money, and that's why women look for men that earn high income. If nothing else, a lot of men get offended by that, and women just after who's got the biggest paycheck, but there are legitimate reasons why.
Yeah.
Because of that, and because the higher or the more her partner can bring in,
the less
she has to do, the more time she can spend with the child, and the more resources are available to raise the child.
Definitely.
So from that you can understand why.
Yeah.
And I know it's uncomfortable for a lot of men in Bristol, especially beta men. That's why not all men should get married if they're not able to support a family. And though a lot more women want a family, then there are men that are capable of doing that. True? So in terms of numbers, and so then what happens? A woman has to settle then for a poorer man, and then there are issues.
There's resentments.
There's resentments. Okay, and that's why. I mean, you can say the woman should get off her ass and go work as well. Yeah, and that's fine, but it comes back to say, what happens when she raises children? Has children then?
Yeah.
It gets very very difficult. So
it certainly does.
So yeah, it certainly does.
So it seems to me like you need to have a lot of communication, really good communication prior to. So you're all on the same page, you know exactly. But I mean, when you do a business, one of the first things that you sort of, or a new venture anyhow, is that you write out what your roles and responsibilities will be. I will be responsible for, and my role is, and then you write it out. But in a marriage, you don't need to write it out, obviously.
There should be an understanding.
But you should be an understanding of what my role will be, and what I'll be responsible for.
You know, a lot of people that get married don't even realize that there's actually you have a role, do you?
Yeah.
And even people that are married don't realize, am I supposed to? You know, you're supposed to do a role.
Like
you
see a lot of young mothers around, like if they're pushing a pram or whatever. Most of them are on their phone all the time, and then you can see that they're not actually really there.
Engaged with their children.
They're not actually really engaged. They're just getting by, you know, and they're sort of more interested in what's on the other side of the phone than what they are the child.
Yeah.
In many instances, and therefore safety is. And so if you're going to be responsible to take the child out, or whatever, you're responsible for that child's safety. You see, so when you clearly define it, I think it really does help.
And so, and that's just the thing with men, how you have to realize the women, they're choosing for a good provider for the family. But men, you know, you also have to realize you're choosing the mother of your child, your children, who's going to, well, one, genetics as well, and secondly, ability to raise. And they've got the smarts to do it. And what are their priorities? Is just to keep up with the Jonesies, or looking out for the child, what's best for the child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like there was that meme thing, but it may not have been real, but it does reflect reality. There's a cartoon yelling at her little boy. Come on. To put on a dress. I mean, I'm the only woman without a trans child in my yoga class.
That's horrible.
In my group.
That's horrible.
You know,
look
so
at
she
the
can
child.
fit in.
If the child has their own inhibition, their own some issue or whatever, and they feel it things, but you can't nurture that. You can't promulgate it. You can't sort of manipulate the situation.
Yeah, but on another note,
just because you're a mother that doesn't have or whatever, or fits in with some form of an agenda or group, or the tribe or whatever it is. But you can't manipulate a child like that.
But even so, there are other mums as well that push their child to, say, learn the piano or do certain things so they can show off amongst their friends as well.
Yeah.
So it's for them. It's not for the child.
Yeah, a lot of the times. I'll love you, but as long as you're perfect.
Yeah.
You know,
but you've got to do this,
as the song goes.
Don't embarrass me.
Yeah, don't embarrass me. You got to be this, you got to be that.
Yeah.
And what's that for a child who's looking for the wonderment in this world and
that might
the
not be
great things.
The best thing for them. That might not. That child is not inclined to that.
Yeah.
Their skills and their talent could be elsewhere.
Everybody has a talent. Everybody has a skill set that's like we can do something better than just about anybody else.
Yeah.
That's when we've got a talent. And nearly everybody's got one.
Yeah.
It's just that what we've got to do is locate it. You see, so that's one thing that we've got to consider.
Yeah.
Especially while we're bombing people all over the world. You know, it's like everybody's got a talent. Everybody's got something amazing. And just to brush that aside is a destruction of humanity in a way.
Look, the thing is, all right, going back, why do stable people get overlooked? I mean, like I say, calm gets called boring. Calm gets called boring.
Yeah, it's boring.
And safety, the other thing is safety gets mistaken for lack of passion.
Yeah,
you know, he's
sterile.
just a nice guy.
Yeah, sterile,
there's
too
no
boring.
passion to him. It's so boring.
Yeah.
And then and because of that, good people lose out to exciting people. Because the people want the excitement, that rush. And leading from that, marriage-minded daters are often dismissed too quickly. You know, when
marriage-minded
daters, people who are dating with marriage in mind, are dismissed quickly, especially men. Oh, she's after marriage, run the other way.
Yeah. Well, a lot of men are scared of it.
A lot of men are scared of it, but
Yeah.
women, and so where women, and most women want to get married, so what do they have to resort to doing? Lying or hiding it.
Yeah.
And
or pretending that there's somebody that they're really not.
That they're really not. No, don't worry, I'm not after marriage, that sort of thing. Or the son, I'll change his mind later. So be all right.
Yeah.
You know, it's a really sad situation for the both of them, and especially the woman, especially if she's young.
Yeah, she's got a clock.
Yeah, she's got a clock. Like I keep saying, men, if you do not want children, you do not want to get married, do not date young women.
Huh.
Period.
Or if you do, just for a short time.
Maybe when they're 20 and only for a few years, then leave like Leonardo DiCaprio does. Yeah, you know, a lot of people have given him flack for that.
Yeah.
You know, criticized, but thinking again, look, he doesn't want to get married. He's actually doing the right thing by those women. Those girls, they don't realize it yet, but later on, if they look back, they'll say, yeah, that was right. I'm glad that he left me then. And I was able to have time to find someone that will want to marry and have kids.
Yeah.
Okay? Or you choose women over 45, which children are no longer an issue for. Now, as men don't want to date because they don't look as pretty. Be fair. What are you after young, fertile women, but don't want to breed with them, or don't want them to have a baby, don't want to marry them? Is that fair?
Huh. Well, it is for the man because he's really just thinking about
himself.
Yeah,
themselves. And what you get is later is resentment.
And that's the worry with relationships, is that we're really in this place where we find ourselves, our bodily beings on a day-to-day basis. We're really just too self-consumed.
Yeah, but then again, it goes up. It's up to women then. If women, like you're saying, up to women, what will they accept? And like I said, like in the old days, particularly, in the old days, and I'll use China as an example, is that no child was born out of wedlock. They're saying if you want to have,
when we were growing
like
up, it was a big stigma.
To be
you were called a bastard.
Yeah, you were bastard children.
Yeah.
Like either
you're bastard.
And then what will that force men to do? It's either you marry, or it's a brothel.
Yeah.
If women stick to their guns.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because the women wouldn't, in the old days, it
wouldn't. And then that's why
different.
the marriage rates were very high.
Yeah.
And so women.
Because men wouldn't.
If women collectively
who has a cow in the backyard now that you can go down and buy a carton of milk?
Yeah. You do it.
Yeah.
So up to women, that's the same. It's up to the women. What will you accept?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
well, if you look at what
only.
they'll accept now, what I've noticed just in a short period of time, I've got a friend who's got a balcony that's on a prominent location in one of Sydney's top locations.
Oh, yeah?
Right on this.
The beach?
It's like a parade. And we were sitting there drinking a few beers on the balcony, and I thought, you know what we need here? Them number cards, the cards that you can hold up in the air.
Oh,
that's a
the
10,
rating.
that's a 9, that's an 8. When they walk by, on the balcony, it's just a progression.
But do they deliberately display, or?
Well, what we noticed was there's not much left to the imagination anymore. These people are walking around wearing G-strikers at the beach area, you see.
Yeah.
And so people walk past with bikinis on or whatever. Well, I remember what a bikini used to look like.
Yeah.
It was like it seems to have shrunk somewhat. It's turned into dental floss. They're wearing dental floss. They're wearing dental floss. I'm sure of it. It doesn't leave much to the imagination at all. So that's what we noticed is in society that what you were saying before, that if the women were just like, there was a lot of marriages before because women, you'd go to a nightclub and all the rest of it, you might get a few dances or whatever, but a peck on the cheek, but that was about it, and then now it's completely changed, isn't it?
And the thing is, men get offended by there's no sex on the third date. I'm off.
Yeah,
You know,
and it
and
wasn't
also,
like that before.
And collectively, but yeah, if they all the men, most of the men are like that now, and so the women have to fall in line. But if the women get together, they all say like the old days. You ain't get no cookie, no honey without the ring.
Yeah, but I know that there's these clubs where women get together and have the Chardonnay lunches. But can women really collectively come together with a mindset themselves, because they're all really into themselves a lot, aren't they? Like, so you can see. I thought at first I didn't realize. I thought butter doesn't melt in a woman's mouth. They're just so lovely and beautiful and things. But when you actually see what goes on when women get together, and the bitchiness and the cat fighting and the hatred and the wanting to get over them, and it's insane.
That you know what? It's sexual competition.
Yeah, like blokes. I met like 4 or 5 mates the other day, and we laughed so hard. It was like a roar. And it was so good. There was none of that. It was just we're having a laugh with all these things. There's none of that. There's none of it.
You know,
but women, and that's why you couldn't really say, we'll all get together and we'll say, right, we're not putting out for men, or we're not doing that for men anymore. We're going to bring back morality, or whatever. How long would it last?
It won't last.
How long would it last? They would go out wearing a pair of trousers or a long skirt, and then the next thing you know, before anybody sees that's whipped off, and then there's a mini skirt underneath with a pair of high heel shoes.
Then other women would look that and criticize.
And rush to get changed so that they could do the same.
Or a woman, it happens to attract attention, so even in a gathering or at a party or whatever, and the other women look and say, she thinks she's so hot, doesn't she?
I've noticed, isn't it? Like
she thinks she's so, that's sexual competition.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to date a supermodel. It was unbelievable. The women used to hate her.
Yeah.
They used to really hate her. And then I remember once she was standing over there talking to some people, and I went to talk to some other people, and we were about like a few meters away or whatever. And I could hear, I was standing next to a group of girls talking about her, saying, look at that bitch, and she thinks this and that. But it was like they've never even met this person. They had all this preconceived notions who this person was, never even met them. But it was only because they didn't like how they looked. And then there was another YouTube shot where there was a woman in the airport, and she was like stunningly, like them 10 on 10 glamours that you see every now and again, very rare. But nonetheless, and you could see all the guys were like, boom, like this, like they couldn't stop.
Stop looking. And
the men all started to smile like a Cheshire cat. And the women, man.
Vitriol.
Whoa. Even the old ones or anything, they were like, "Grr." And it's like, imagine that. That's what you got to put up with.
Even the old.
Wait, when you're good looking or whatever, you stand out. Like men are lusting after you, and then the other side, women are hating you.
It's sexual competition.
But everybody desires to be good looking.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that position. Just about everybody.
Jealousy.
Just about everybody wants to be that. But when you're there, it's not as desirable. It's not a rose garden as what you think. There's a lot of thorns, perhaps, but.
All right. All right. Now, before we go to some music, I want to ask. I'll put some questions out there. Have you ever chosen spark over stability, and did it work out? So have a think about that. And now about the spark. People go by the spark, but it's really overrated. But so what actually sustains long-term attraction then if we let go of the spark?
Multiple sparks?
Multiple sparks. How about respect? Yeah? Certain thing, respect.
Respect.
Yeah, the old age, it seems so, these terms seem so quaint and old-fashioned, but really, they're there for a reason. Can you really live with someone that you don't respect? Oh, live with someone that does not respect you and feel this disdain from that person, the person that's supposed to be your nearest and dearest?
Yeah. when they hate your presence,
or they don't, they see you as
it's
nothing.
like or just your very breath or something that upsets them. It's time to
bail, but not even just hate. I'm just saying, look down on you. You don't feel the respect. There's no point.
Yeah.
Okay, that person. It may not necessarily be anything wrong with you.
Sure.
Okay, or her or him, your partner, because you're the wrong match. So, like for example, your set of skills, your partner may not need, and so because of that, because there's no need for it, they don't value it, and they don't value you. There's no respect there. However, for someone else, that's great for them, and then they will respect you.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's different according to the needs. So, like I keep saying, you may not be the right person, the right partner for that person, but you could be perfect for someone else.
Yeah.
It's a matter there. So it's like I say, there's someone for everyone. It's a matter of matching up with the right person.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so also, look, there's emotional safety as well.
Emotional safety.
You feel emotionally fine with that person.
You do, yeah.
Yeah,
sometimes you just feel comfortable.
Comfortable because, you don't have to feel on edge, or you don't feel like you have got anything to prove.
You don't need to wear a face.
Wear a face, yeah.
What you see is what you get.
You're loved for yourself.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah.
That is what would make a relationship, marriage, or any relationship last long term, because you're loved for yourself. You're always yourself. Being yourself, that's the easiest.
Yeah,
and so you're always loved then.
Yeah, you don't need to be fake anything.
You be fake anything. Whenever you feel that you need to fake something or present something that's not really you, it means you're not compatible. That your partner then is attracted to or compatible with this front that you put on, this mask that you put on, not you. That's a sure sign, really, underneath it all. You're not right for each other. And by faking it, it just prolongs it, and then you're not happy, and your partner's not going to be happy, because eventually when they find out the lie, because you can't keep up the pretense forever, it's not a good result. Is it?
Yeah.
And also consistency as well. I mean, someone's consistent, it means they're truthful, and even playfulness.
Well, you got to be jovial, yeah.
Jovial about something, yeah. And
you got to bring good cheer.
And look, another quaint thing, shared values.
Yeah, you got to have shared values.
Shared values.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. Otherwise, all you're going to do is to keep arguing.
Yeah.
Or if you
fake it's hard if one person's like depressed or sad, or it takes a lot of work to lift them up.
Okay, if they've got I went through this before, is mental issues, mental health.
It's hard work lifting them up.
It's really hard, and how much of it can you give
and
out?
then when you do lift them up, you're exhausted.
You're exhausted, and how long can you keep it up for?
Yeah, and then if you don't do it, then it seems to be an angst.
And angst. Not only that, and if you don't do it, or you leave because you just can't keep doing it anymore.
Yeah.
And then you have society.
Putting you on the asshole.
Yeah, criticizing you. So you abandon a
vulnerable person
that needs help, has issues with their mental health. I mean, it's a great thing that now that people are recognizing mental health and people are getting support that they need, but I think it's just too much to lay it on a partner to have to keep supporting that, because we're all human, and that would drain us.
Yeah.
It's either sooner or later.
What comes to mind at this moment was I remember having like a couple of friends, and they were staying together, and they were like best friends, but they were like, and one of the guys said about the other one, he says, "I just find him so annoying. He's just so annoying."
The best friend?
Well, they were two friends. They were staying together in the same place, and I think when you do live together, even if things after a while, that can be it can rub us the wrong way sometimes, just whatever. And he said this thing. He said, "He annoys me so much. I get so annoyed with him." And I said, and the reply was that really, I believe it penetrated. The reply was, if this person aggravates everyone, then you're right. You've got other things. But if this person doesn't aggravate everyone, just aggravates you, then you're the one with the problem.
Yeah.
You're the one with the issue. And it was like, aha. You see, if he annoys everybody else, then you have right. But if he doesn't, it's just you, then you need to have a self-reflection, perhaps.
So, yeah, fair enough.
What you see is what you get.
And also, look, trust as well. Yeah, trust is something that it doesn't come instantly. It's built up over long term.
Yeah, but you've got to prove yourself, yeah?
Yeah, you've got to prove yourself
Yeah.
as well, and that's beyond the spark. I mean,
You've got to prove yourself with your actions, like your word is your bond.
and that sort of
if you say this, come hell or
build
high
it up,
water, that's what I'll be doing.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Sure, it's called True Blue in Australia.
Yeah, for those that are not familiar with Aussie.
From all those who are overseas.
Yeah, all
about
those
that.
overseas acronyms.
I think 89.3 2GLF FM.
Your thing.
But it does go around the world.
It does go around the world. Okay, we are on demand as well, and you can listen if you're overseas. You can listen to it from our website, okay, or 893fm.com.au. There's Mitch Dragonfly, the Relationship Whisperer Show, but also if you've missed any prior episodes, you can download them and listen to them.
Wow.
So.
And how much does that cost?
Absolutely free.
No, absolutely free?
Yes, absolutely free advice here.
Wow.
And look, slow burn love versus a fast burn attraction. And
Vroom,
you know
vroom.
what? Some of the strongest marriages begin with no fireworks.
You reckon?
Without all the drama, the fireworks,
Yeah?
like the instant passion, so to speak. Some of them build up a long time, or people that meet meet at church, or meet it back then was the local dance,
Yeah.
that sort of thing, and get to know each other, because that's why you have to get to know each other. What do you call it? Slow burn love, to build that, to find out more about that person, and the trust to build up as well. So, what's passion? It fulfills just a physical longing, and what do I say? I wouldn't say longing. Fulfills just the physical need, or what do you call it? When you first enjoyment, just like somebody eating an ice cream. After it's gone, that's it. And then you regret eating it. Don't you? Think about your waistline after. You get worried about it. And look, attraction can grow with familiarity, admiration, and emotional safety again. And people give up too soon if the first date doesn't overwhelm them. Don't you find that?
Well, I don't go on that many first dates, to tell you the truth.
You haven't been dating?
Not for a long time.
Not for a long time. Well, look, people judge a lot on the first date. Remember, I say, the first day is basically first impressions.
Yeah.
And it's basically just as a brief getting to know you. Yeah. And so because of that, other people try to put their best foot forwards, and they overdo it, try to oversell themselves, and then it just looks silly.
Yeah.
And conscious, or they're not smart enough to know that you're supposed to put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
It's just like the analogy, look, you're going for a job and you're attending a job interview. What do? Do you put your best foot forward by wearing a suit, even though no one else in the office wears a suit day to day? Or you think that, just wear this is what I'll wear day to day, wouldn't I? And just turn up in that with no suit.
And you wouldn't walk into the interview and say, okay, you sit over there, I'll sit over here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like some coffee, please.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be doing stuff like that, would you?
You wouldn't be doing stuff like that. Even though afterwards you might, when you're working and you're asking people and stuff. But yeah, remember, first date, first impression, you're supposed to be on your best behavior, but be yourself as well. Because not so much that you're there to make an impression for the other person, but it's for you also to find out a bit more about the other person. So it's a mutual thing whether or not you want to continue. But this is the thing, when first dates they don't feel excitement about, then and it doesn't overwhelm them, they kind of dismiss. There's none of that big spark as some people are looking for, where they don't realize that is not the be all and end all. Because there's a lot to a person than what they can present at, or you find out about in conversation, a meeting of a few hours.
Even a few sentences. You can tell someone just by the tone of their voice, the tremor. You can tell the level of their education. You can tell if they've got themselves together. You can tell their confidence levels. So much you can tell from a person just in a few moments. You
can. But that very first impressions, however deeper, there's a lot that you can't tell.
There's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are they capable of? You don't know.
You don't know.
It's just like on a resume.
You don't know what talent they have.
You know what the talent have, or like on a resume, you're saying, okay, I worked at this place, and people kind of get a mental image of what the person should be or what their skills should be, but they could do far more.
Well, Luke, there was that Chinese guy who made Alibaba, Jack Ma.
Jack Ma, I think he rejected
from Kentucky.
KFC.
Wanted to work filling chickens for Kentucky Fried Chicken.
And he wasn't good enough.
And he was happy to do it. And he couldn't get a job.
He couldn't get a job.
He could have probably figured out how to double, triple, quadruple the business 10 times over. And you could order from your phone, and all of that.
Yeah, just because on your resume.
And there's many people like that.
Because
the people who are doing the interviewing look at a piece of paper just like they're almost dating someone, really, isn't it? Like they're...
Yeah, a piece of paper, but then, that's the thing.
But there's nothing about the persona.
Yeah.
There's nothing about the human drive, the inventiveness. People take like intelligence to be something like, you can recite something that you've learned from a blackboard, and
or
the teacher said...
how many degrees you've got?
More than a thermometer and all of that. But it doesn't really mean to say that you can you're intelligent.
Yeah.
Even PhDs and things, when they get into life, they're pretty much ineffective for many things. But real intelligence, therefore, what is it? Is it like you need to be able to pose, ponder, preempt problems?
Also, foresee issues and work out how
preempt.
to avoid them. And not only that, a problem solver.
Yeah. Problem solver. That's the real intelligence.
Real intelligence.
If you're stuck on a desert island somewhere and you've got some twigs over here, a bit of rope there, and you've got a rock over there with a sharp edge, whatever, you're starting to figure out how you can survive through all that. I can use that for this, and I can use that for that. I can make a little bed off the ground and put these sticks up here.
Not saying...
and I can catch some food by digging a hole, or...
I'm an engineer, I can solve problems, but you're there...
But he's trying to do the mathematics on the...
There's no mathematics.
that needs to be this angle.
You can't... so you can't survive.
There's no point having an algebra skills on a desert island where you might not make it to Tuesday.
Yeah.
Before you're dead.
Before you're dead. But
But you still got your algebra.
You still got your algebra. But this is real life. Yeah, real life needs those types of skills.
Yeah.
There's someone that is a good problem solver.
Yeah.
And that doesn't get reflected
it's not in an interview. It's not in a date, is it? It's not in a date. It's not
you don't know until
that's
later.
a good idea.
What?
You could create some catastrophe while you're on the first date and see how they handle it. You could get masked men to run in and pretend they're robbing the place and see if he jumps to action and jumps up and kicks the gun out of their hand and has them in a headlock,
or he jumps behind you,
pushes you to the front.
Yeah, she's got more money.
There was these bank robbers came into the bank and they says, "Okay, anybody moves, and we're gonna start We're going to start shooting. We'll start shooting. We'll shoot this woman here. And the woman's husband starts dancing. It was this comedy skit. They said the robbers grabbed this woman and says, "She's our hostage. We're going to shoot her if anybody moves."
Did he move?
And the guy starts jumping up and down in the air
so he moves.
and dancing like Michael Jackson, doing the moonwalk.
Did they shoot her?
It's only a joke, man. It was a comedy skit. There's nobody move or we'll shoot this woman, and the husband jumps up and down.
No, but I'm talking about in the skit. What happened after that?
I think the skit just ended at that moment.
Yeah. So you can get the point.
They didn't actually see you get shooting the woman.
Yeah, but yeah, really, there are lots of skills and lots of qualities about that person that would not come out in formal dates. You know, only when you spend some time together, and situations
will bring it rise something, and then see when people are under a position of pressure, that's when the real self. That's when the psyche.
Can they handle it?
That's when the psyche comes out, the ugly psyche, and usually, do they lose their head too quick?
Yeah.
Do they become emotionally distraught very easily, or do they maintain their harmony in a clear and collective mind?
Yeah.
You see. The calm mind beats all is the old adage.
Yeah.
The calm mind beats all. So can that person that you're with possess a calm mind even though the bombs could be exploding around you?
Can they handle
stay
pressure?
Calm? Can they handle pressure?
Pressure, stress, can they handle it? How well are they?
Pressure will bring the crap out of people. Yeah. It'll bring the crap to the surface.
And some people can just melt at the merest
can't even handle a blimp.
Yeah, a blimp. And so that type of person, imagine if you lived with that person, what happens when the tap leaks?
Yeah. And what happens when they can't handle criticism or something like that? They can't handle it. They lose the plot.
These type of people should never marry. And really, because they're not going to get respect from their partner.
But isn't there a song, there's someone for everyone?
Yeah.
But his love was someone, I can't remember now.
Two people, there was a couple I know, I mean, they're both hopeless at life. So they both can't criticise each other. Because they're both, and so, but, you know, in that instance.
As long as they get along and they're happy and, it's like.
But then that's really bad for them as people in life because they cannot handle, they're so vulnerable then. First pick of issue, and then they falter. Yeah. You see? So
that's right. Yeah. When pressure comes around. Yeah. A lot of people fold. They can't handle it.
Fold. They can't handle it.
They certainly can't hold their happiness. Yeah. You know.
So unfortunately, either they have to accept that you both fold or stay single.
Yeah.
Or if you're a hopeless person, if you. Most logic would say it's best to get to partner with someone who's capable that can compensate. However, the person that's capable, they're basically going to have to hold the whole chain.
Lift you up,
and it's tiring. They're not going to respect you because then you're burdened. Yeah. Because everything they have to do everything.
Unless, however, that your divine talent, divine given talent that everybody possesses. Well, most people have something.
Yeah, you're extremely beautiful. Yeah. But then. And what happens when the beauty goes?
Well, then,
the will goes.
Then you hope. Then usually, the love between yous would subjugate the falling looks.
Falling looks, but then, like I say, looks
that are heading towards the gravity.
but even before it heads towards the gravity, after a while, the looks jaded. It becomes jaded anyway. Yeah. So and then they're gone, or
that which initially attracts soon repels.
Yeah. And so what you could
can even disgust in many cases.
Unless, say, for example, you're world famous piano player, all you do is play the piano, but because you're so world famous, you earn a lot of money, and with that money, You can hire people to do
PAs,
everything. Yeah, everything
iron
else.
shirts, pick up the laundry.
Yeah,
pick up,
everything that you can't do yourself,
Yeah.
and then your partner would be okay
and
with
then
it.
then you play your piano when you want to.
Where you want to.
And then you go for a walk in the park when you want. And that's your day, that's your job for the day.
Your day and
You've
your
done a couple hours on piano. That's me. I'm finished.
Okay, my point is.
I'm knocking off for the day.
Yeah, my point is your partner then is fine with it.
Yeah.
With you not being able to do anything else because everything else
is taken care of.
taken care of, and then that's fine.
Sure.
But how many people are in that position?
Not too many.
You know,
Not
you
too
see?
many.
Especially artists.
Yeah.
Like I say,
Normally what it is they're in the back room going bling, plong, 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 bling, bling, plong, 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 plong. And it becomes so after a while they're trying to find the note, they're trying to find that thing, bling, 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 bling. And it's like
and you hear the same tune about 50 times a day.
50 times a day, so they're trying to get it till they get it right. And it's like you're anticipating the bad notes. Yeah, so yeah.
Anyway, so look, you know, attraction can grow with familiarity, admiration, and emotional safety as well. But how do you date without becoming spark addicted, though? You know, well, firstly, give good people more time. I mean, all right, you may not know after the first date whether or not they're good. Okay, even like I say, even if you don't feel the excitement, okay, as long as decent is decent, have further conversations with them. So give it a chance because there's only so much you can actually talk about in the first date. It's only a few hours, like 2 hours. A standard date, yeah, maybe 3. And then follow up if the person doesn't have to, light fireworks for you, but they're decent, have further dates and actually ask questions about their family and other things like that to show you're actually interested more than just you're actually seriously interested. Okay, if you're up to asking about the family. And look, if you are playing the long game, if you're after a serious partner, you should be finding out about those things, wouldn't you?
You got to have a series of questions that you would not
need
preempt,
to know,
but you
to know about. You yourself need things you know
you've
to
got
know
to think about like the other person. What do they want to hear? What kind of what do they what would they? People like talking about themselves and their family and all of that. They feel comfortable talking about it.
Yeah.
They're in a subject matter that they're familiar with.
Unless they don't get along with their family and then there's something they don't want to talk about.
There's a lot of people that don't really want to talk about their past anymore. They don't want to talk about the past.
But, we don't want to talk about past. That's okay. I want to talk about the future then because, the first date is mostly about what you do. And the subsequent date, you say, what would you like? What are your goals?
What's your plans? What's your vision? And
what's your vision of that?
Yeah. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And all of that. Yeah. So life is a bit like when you're driving a car. We have the little mirror that sees behind, and then we have the front windscreen. And there's a reason why the front windscreen is much bigger than the little mirror that sees behind, because that's where we should be looking in life of where we are going forward.
Forwards, of course.
We need a big vision to see the forward. The back of what's happened in the past and all the pains and the hurts and the guilt and the shames of all the past. Well, that's the rear view mirror. All that should be done is a few glances here and there, perhaps. But really, what we should be focusing on is what's in the horizon ahead. Where's our journey? What destination are we going on forwards? Perhaps.
Yeah. So look, stop expecting movie star intensity. Across a crowded room, our eyes just locked, and everyone else seemed to just melt away. We only had eyes for each other. That sort of thing.
And Humphrey Bogart walks around.
And evaluate peace. Look for peace and not just passion. Someone to be peaceful with. And really ask yourself, can this person sustain a life with me? What it would be like to live with that person in the long term.
Yeah.
Waking up with that person, discussing your day with that person.
Yeah, in 10 years' time, 20 years' time, 30 years' time.
Or are you still the person only interested in the next adventure that they can go on? You know, hiking in Peru or the Himalayas,
Yeah.
that sort of thing, or going to in the jungles in Colombia.
I saw
Did you see that?
I saw this video the other day with a woman, and she was like, I deserve to be happy. I've been married for 25 years. I've just decided I'm getting a divorce, and I'm going to things. I've got things I want to do in life. I want to be happy. I've got to do this. I've got to do that, whatever. And then it was like a few weeks later, which after the divorce, she was in tears.
Why?
Because she felt so vulnerable. She felt so alone. She felt like all the pressures of life were all upon her shoulders all of a sudden.
Yeah,
and this and
no
this
one
and
else.
this, and then realized that
What?
that utopia that she dreamt up in mind, where she thought she would be happier single, was ended up being a dystopia because
she no longer had that protection.
no longer had the protection
of a
and
relationship.
a lot of the times a man will, like a woman, I heard an old saying once in psychology that women don't know why they behave that way themselves. Sometimes they're so emotionally, they have undulations, which means like a roller coaster, go up and then go down, up and down.
Yeah.
Whereas men, if you notice, pretty much stable. You're the same yesterday, same tomorrow, same today, pretty much stable. I've got friends and mates that are like 30 odd years of friends.
Yeah.
These people are still the same. They're still the same type of person. You know, like they were, you know, and but a lot of women, they go up and down. And then one minute they're up on a euphoria, perhaps the next minute they're in a place where there's a downward spiral, and they're thinking that, what am I going to, I'm so vulnerable, what am I going to do, what's, you know, etc. Where am I going to go in life? And then sometimes they need a man to say, snap out of it. They're there. Everything's fine. All we need to do is do this. What's wrong with you? This is easy. And then the women can feel comfort in that, you see, because they know that someone can drive.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah, I mean,
and then you can be happy.
Yeah. Did she feel that that her partner was holding her back from doing things?
Well, I'm not sure. I didn't go too much into it. It was only a short, but there was the interesting part was there was this position of, I've got to get away, I need to be happy, I'm going to be this, we'll be married for 25 years, that's enough.
That's enough.
He's a great person, lovely person, couldn't offer any matter, but there's something missing, and so on. A few weeks later, she's an absolute basket case, a mess, crying her eyes out.
So she's absolutely alone now.
Alone, vulnerable, doesn't know things, unsupported, you know, all of that. And you get that hard reflection.
Yeah, you're now on your own.
Life gives a hard reflection.
Rather than having someone to have that would have your back when you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So women can be outer positive but in a negative. And men are in a negative but outer positive in many instances. Oh, I can build that bridge. Oh, I can do that. But they still have their own inhibitions and insecurities and all of that. But for the most part, if they see some task or that has to be done or whatever, men will figure it out. And then he'll, you know, he can be positive on the outer, whereas women can be positive in things, but they can be really outer negative. And therefore, men can sort of empower a woman, like a battery, negative, positive, negative, and then the woman can empower the man in certain instances. So it works if it's done, if it's right.
Yeah.
And then it can be a disaster if the polarities are the opposite wrong. I mean, if you're trying to charge a battery and you put positive to positive, you get a spark.
Repel. Yeah, you do get a spark.
You get a spark. Well,
That could be the bad time.
Oh, love, I went that date with you the other night. There was just no spark. There's just no spark with you. Just put your finger here. I'll lift the bonnet up. And just put your finger on there. I got the spark.
Yeah, you got the spark. Look, choose someone who brings calm, not chaos. Really.
Calm, not
chaos. And chemistry matters, but it's not the foundation, really. Yeah. Oh, you know, you keep saying, oh, it wasn't any chemistry between us or whatever. I was like, oh, there was instant. The chemistry was instant. You know, but that's not enough to be a foundation, really. Come on. Yeah? You know, and look, if you're just dating for fun, that's fine. But do the right thing by the other person and make it known that this is just for fun. Casual is not going anywhere. And I'll tell you,
can't, because most women will just take off.
They will, take off. And if you dare put that on your profile, you won't get any.
You won't even get
interest.
Won't even get hello.
Yeah, that's why men do lie on there. They lie, saying,
I think women lie a lot too.
Yeah, saying for the children.
Yeah.
But women lie to appease the men. Men lie to lead the women on. True?
I need to contemplate that a bit more, but
if you know what I mean, yeah.
Since you've said it, you probably have thought about it.
And so, you really should, if you're serious, you date for marriage, not adrenaline. But even if your marriage is not the focus in your mind, you're after someone serious. If you date for marriage, as in looking for marriage material people, then you get a long-term partner would come out. Whether or not you actually go the final step and legally marry and do it is a different issue. Yeah. But if you have, the marriage focus, like if it's a wife, what would I want in a wife? And it's the same thing with a long-term partner, a serious partner. True? You know, one thing, you don't want her sleeping around or going, night clubbing every night. Or her obsession is basically at, or she spends all day at the beauty salon, and her nails are like 6 inches long. They can't do anything.
Can't do anything. Can't do the dishes with them.
Yeah. What are you thinking about it?
Can't even pick your nose.
Well, you've tried it? 6 inches long nails. That's it. Oh yes. So look at you're after a life partner. You figure out what it would be like to live with that person.
Well, especially if she sticks them big claws in you.
Yeah, if she sticks those big claws in you, yeah. Okay, so in a bit, so look, we've gone through this very important subject because it happens a lot in dating, and people just overrate the spark and the chemistry of it all. There was great chemistry. Where we felt great chemistry between us. The sparks flew, but it's kind of like when you're on those, what do you call it, holiday romances, holiday flings. You know, if you feel so great with that person and all that. You're in love. You think you're in love. It was a whirlwind romance, and then when you come back, you forget it.
Absence makes the heart forget.
Might forget, but not only that, the adrenaline's gone. So more often, even if you come back with that person, it's different. You're no longer in that setting, and so you look at that person this is now real life, with more mundane issues and problems. So then you look at that person differently. So really, look, modern dating has been obsessed with instant chemistry. I mean, and it's very unfortunate because marriage material and marriage-worthy partners keep getting rejected and overlooked simply because it's not that excitement, so to speak. And people equate spark and chemistry with excitement, don't they? And people confuse that intensity with attraction, really. When it should not be when you're dating seriously. Like I say, if you're just out for dating for fun, then that's fine. Like I say, don't ever think that all you need is someone good looking and fun. True?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right. Like I say, thank you very much for coming in on this one show. I hope everyone's learnt a lot. All right.
Well, there was a lot of sparks flying.
Sparks flying. Well, there was a lot of sparks in this today's show. All right. As a reminder to download your free copy of my book, Your Complete Partner. how to choose the right partner for love and marriage for a lifetime. So head on there to makemarageGreatAgain.net.
.net.
To download your free copy. And this is going to help you. And I go through what you need to look for. And definitely it's not sparks. Or not just sparks.
Or sparks will fly.
And a reminder to follow my Facebook page. I have 2 Facebook pages, Miss Dragonfly and Make Marriage Great Again. And please follow both if you can, because I do post different things on the Facebook pages, but at least follow one. On Miss Dragonfly, you'd find it's where I post announcements about the show and the topics I'm going to cover. And if there is a topic you'd like me to cover, then feel free to leave it there as well. Okay, and let us know what you think about the show. Okay. Oh, yes, and if I'm able to cover the topic, then I certainly will. And on my Make Marriage Great Again page is where you would find clips of highlights of the show. Okay? So if you just need a little tidbits or reminders, then you can just click there and watch the clips.
All right.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, we're already March now.
Already?
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, we're past Valentine's Day, the Lunar New Year, and now Easter is just around the corner.
Goodness gracious, how time flies.
How time flies. And I certainly hope people, if they are looking for partners this year, you know, that they do find partners this year. This is the lunar year of the horse. Like I was saying.
The fire horse.
Yeah, the fire horse.
I'm on fire.
Anyone with, generally speaking, if your sign is friends of the horse, then you generally do well. So what
chance.
So what are friends of the horse? They're tiger signs, dogs, and the goat.
The goat?
Goat is the secret friend. It's not in the group, but it's like a secret friend.
A secret friend?
Another friend that you tend to get along with.
The trouble is they keep headbutting you.
They keep out the goats.
The goats.
Yeah, okay.
They keep charging at you and bashing you with their horns.
What about horses? They give you a good high kick.
Oh, that's for sure.
That's
for sure. They'll give you a big kick, all right.
And look, like I say, look, thank you everyone for listening in today. And I'll leave you with this. The spark may excite you, but structure sustains you. Okay? I'm Miss Dragonfly, and this is the Relationship Whisperer. Let's make marriage great again by choosing peace over panic. Okay.
Choosing peace over panic.
And that's the show for today. Thank you so much for coming in again, Bluey. And a reminder to everyone to tune in same time next week. And until then, it's bye for now.
Bye.